Become a patron at www.patreon.com/Golden Era Bookworm for hard to find books, scans of rare photos, and articles on the Golden Era of bodybuilding. Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here. Today I'd like to share with you Bobby Pandour's Bronze Era style workout. Bobby Pandour was undoubtedly one of the greatest physical culturists of the Bronze Era period, famous for his incredibly dense, muscular and ripped physique. As shown here in these high quality photos, we can clearly see how well developed he was and how muscular he was. His physique during a drug-free era was truly remarkable. His abdominals are so chiseled, and I mean in this picture here on the right, it's so clear, it's so high quality. You can even see how veiny his biceps and his calves were. Fantastic physique he had. Now, the more I seem to talk about this Bronze Era athlete, the more I realize people wish to learn about this great figure from the past. So today I'm going to provide you with a bit of history of the awesome athlete that Pandour was, as well as a breakdown of his training methods, so that you can learn what it is that he did and apply his methods to your own training program. Having said that, I'd like to also state that the information on Bobby Pandour's training methods are scarce at best, and unfortunately not much is known of his nutrition or diet. And for nutritional and diet information regarding Bobby Pandour and other Bronze Era athletes, I'd highly recommend watching my Bronze Era playlist, which covers topics such as the Bronze Era diets. And I've recently, for example, started a new series on the diets and supplements consumed by Bronze Era athletes. However, I don't have specific or detailed information on Bobby Pandour's diet as of yet, so I can only assume that he followed a diet composed of whole, unprocessed food, including meat, dairy, fish, chicken, and lots of fruit and vegetables, as well as grains. And now onto Bobby Pandour's training methods and workout. I truly hope you enjoy this video. Born Władysław Kurczak, I think I said that right, in Poland, most sources state he was born in 1876, however some say he was born in 1882. However, besides his healthy form of living, Bobby Pandour died in 1920, unfortunately. It is said that as a performer, as in Bobby Pandour, Professor Attila, his mentor, persuaded him to change his name to Bobby Pandour to gain more, attraction and audiences, to have a more popular name. And also, like Sandow, he gave Bobby Pandour some publicity. Interestingly and very important, it is to note that both Bobby Pandour and his brother Ludwig were both already champion gymnasts. Very, very important. This is true. By the time they actually began touring as strongmen, they were already champion gymnasts. I mean, look at Bobby Pandour here. He definitely possesses a muscular body reminiscent of today's gymnastic champions, but more on that a little later. This photo actually appeared in the 1904 Health and Strength annual magazine and is one of the first photos ever published of Bobby Pandour. You can even read at the bottom here that the editor got his name all mixed up and wrong. Here his name reads Vladimir Pandour, so both the first and second name are wrong, and some people believe that this photo comes from a period when he was in the transition phase of changing his name from Władysław Kurczak to Bobby Pandour. That's entirely possible. Bobby Pandour began to tour England with his brother Ludwig, and successfully too, as a strongman in the early 1900s. And his sensational act included performing on the horizontal bar. Again, remember, he was a very well adept at gymnastics. And it also included posing, a series of muscle control demonstrations, and hand balancing acts with his brother. Earl Lederman said that when he saw Pandour, it was one of the greatest posing exhibitions he's ever seen in his entire life. So that says something. For many artists, actually, Bobby Pandour was considered a poor man's Sandow, as Eugene would actually collect a hefty prize at the time as an artist's model, that is. And therefore many artists would opt for the more affordable Bobby Pandour. Here is another high quality photo detailing the amazing muscularity of Pandour in his prime. The muscular separation he achieved and in this physique was, truly splendid, if I say so myself. Fantastic physique. Speaking of a splendid physique and in his prime, here is Bobby Pandour's measurements. At a height of 5'6", he weighed 160 pounds in this condition, in this ripped condition, mind you. His chest was 42 inches, thighs of 23 inches, and approximately 16 to 17 inch arms. And here is Pandour in a relaxed pose, looking incredibly muscular. His muscles just hang off his frame, for God's sake. Amazing. What a powerful physique he displayed. Even relaxed. That's what's so amazing. Even relaxed, his physique was just phenomenal. Now I'd like to detail Pandour's training methods. As we have learned, Pandour was a champion gymnast, and all it takes is one look at current Olympic gymnastic champions to understand how Pandour could achieve his physique alone with such a practice. Gymnastic athletes usually have a powerfully developed upper body, and I have absolutely no doubt that Pandour owes much of his upper body muscular development to gymnastics practice. Gymnastics was a well-established practice amongst physical culturists during the Bronze Era period, as shown in this illustration of a gymnasium in the 1800s. For example, some are also performing in this picture planches, handstands, etc., and others are doing hand balancing feats, of which Pandour was also an expert in. It's no surprise then that Pandour developed his physique, and I reckon that gymnastics really did serve as a fundamental practice for the physique that he developed. So besides gymnastics and hand balancing, of course, it is no surprise that Bobby Pandour, being a student of Professor Attila, was also a practitioner of the light dumbbell system. However, unlike Sandow, he practiced the light dumbbell system with slightly heavier dumbbells, 10-pound dumbbells that is, which I can imagine would be much tougher as a workout. All of Professor Attila's students learned and preached the light dumbbell system during the Bronze Era period that is, as shown here in this rare photo from Professor Attila's scrapbook here on the right. And Professor Attila's scrapbook actually can be obtained from the Stark Center of Physical Culture website. We have here a very muscular pupil of Professor Attila performing the light dumbbell system practice. And another practice that Pandour employed was, quote, that he would forever be tensing and flexing his muscles all day long, any opportunity that he had. No doubt that these practices of slow, deliberate contraction, really developing muscular control, further developed his muscles and enhanced his physique. This practice was also a favorite of Eugene Sandow. It is known that when Eugene Sandow traveled, he would sit down and have a flexing contraction workout throughout his trip. And this was common practice amongst all of the Bronze Era strongmen, truly learning things like the light dumbbell system and muscular control. And if you are still doubting and skeptical of these contraction practices of the Bronze Era, like the light dumbbell system and muscle control, I'll put out another photo here, another rare photo of Professor Attila's pupils, all students and practitioners of the light dumbbell system, and this photo again is from Professor Attila's scrapbook. They are not huge by today's standards, but they do possess a strong and athletic physique, no doubt. Fantastic, just by using the light dumbbell system. Now, a practice that Pandour refused to do was heavy weightlifting, and he is quoted stating that he did not develop his muscles using heavy weights or heavy weightlifting. However, he was well known for lifting his brother up several flights of stairs as fast as possible, which he performed whenever he could, so I'm thinking several times a week. And this no doubt helped him develop his muscular thighs, his back, and his whole body really. And I really like to stress the difficulty of this feat. We are talking about the ability of lifting a live and unstable 150 to 200 pound weight, kind of like lifting a sandbag of that weight onto your shoulders and going up the stairs one leg at a time, and not just a few stairs, but several flights of stairs. It's a total body workout. It would be the equivalent of performing like hundreds of step-ups with a 150 to 200 pound sandbag carried across your shoulders. Having to balance it alone is a hell of a strength feat, and doing step-ups with that is just, it's no small feat. And it's no wonder that with such an ability, Bobby Pandour looked like a true Hercules come to life. I mean, look at this photo. The development of his thighs are amazing. His abdominals are chiseled and deep. Those muscular arms, delts and chest, I mean, a neck like a bull. It's all there. It's incredible. No wonder with such practices, gymnastics, the light dumbbell system, and these basically doing step-ups with an unstable body weight of almost 200 pounds, he developed a Herculean physique. Now, finally, some sources also claim that Bobby Pandour used Professor Attila's Roman column to develop his thighs and abdominal area. No doubt that if he actually practiced this difficult feat, it definitely added to his overall development. It is said that this was Professor Attila's secret exercise, and that those pupils of his that actually practiced this feat took their physique to the next level. And it is likely that Bobby Pandour definitely used the Roman column. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the different methods that Bobby Pandour used, please check out the following books on my website. So we're talking here about Professor Attila's light dumbbell system, which Bobby Pandour practiced, as well as several titles written by Eugene Sandow, such as Sandow's Strength and How to Obtain It, also featuring the light dumbbell system and other practices that Eugene Sandow followed. And I mean, here's a great hand balancing course by York. This is a practice again that Bobby Pandour followed. Not necessarily the York hand balancing course, but hand balancing itself. All of these titles and plenty more are available on my website, and these books definitely highlight the methods that were employed by the likes of Bobby Pandour. So I invite you to try these methods out if you're very interested in developing a physique like that of Bobby Pandour. All available on my website, www.goldenerabookworm.com. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you've learnt quite a lot, I hope, about Bobby Pandour's style of training. So he incorporated, in summary, gymnastics, hand balancing, the light dumbbell system, muscle control using contraction exercises, and lifting odd objects like his brother up and down stairs, and even probably practiced on the Roman column. And all of these practices definitely played a part in developing Bobby Pandour's extraordinary physique. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't to the Golden Era Bookworm. Leave me a comment, and once again, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support my work, my research into physical culture, please donate via PayPal or become a Patreon on my Patreon account. You can also contact me if you wish to collaborate. I am collaborating with quite a few big names in the bodybuilding world. If you'd like to pass on your books or old magazines, please get in touch via email. And of course, you can always visit my website for out-of-print books and courses on old school bodybuilding. Once again, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now. And for an entertaining look at the history of bodybuilding's supplement industry, I would highly recommend watching Subs the Movie, which I have collaborated in, available at Amazon Prime and Vimeo.
Hi everybody, I just want to recommend this phenomenal book, Vince's Secret Locker, volume number 2 by Carl Coyne. I've been looking at this for about 4 weeks and I can't put it down. If you get a chance, check it out. He also has a part 1 that I highly recommend also. Vince was the trainer to the stars and had an amazing, interesting gym that today there's still not equipment like it around. It was all made out of wood. He'll be on our radio show coming up probably in the next couple weeks or so. Have a great day, and again, highly recommend this book.